97 federal judges confirmed under Joe Biden. Total number of white men, 5. 22 are black women. So this is race-based hiring. It's illegal, but it's also not about looking like America. It's about punishing people.
Wise, this is gonna put side by side. Wise, I'm gonna need about 50 of these right about now. You hear me? Okay, I'm about to open this stuff up, just start spraying and then running around the room. And then Marissa's gonna say, and Sachi, like, what is she doing in that studio? Listen, this dude, and replace dude with some other choice words, is out of his mind. He gets paid millions of dollars to spew this kind of nonsense, this kind of foolishness and mayhem, this kind of BS. Here is what known racist Tucker Carlson is referencing. Let's put this up. Of the 97 federal judges confirmed under Biden, 5 are white men, 22 are black women. From LSAT data taken from a typical year when these students attended law school, 29 blacks scored above 170, more than 1,900 whites scored above 170. First of all, the data point that they're using is wrong all day long and twice on Sundays. But what Tucker failed to mention, what this dude failed to mention, was that even with those nominees, the judiciary remains disproportionately white. I got to throw some papers now on this one. Did y'all hear me? Remains disproportionately, not 50-50, we ain't even close. Disproportionately white. When Biden came into office, the federal bench was overwhelmingly white and still is, even with his judicial confirmations. So Tucker, tuck it in, baby. Don't you worry your little sweet head off about black folks and women taking over the judiciary. Baby, they got a long way to go. So sweetness, don't you worry about that. Let's put this up, 69%. And I want y'all to hear me and read this well. 69% of federal judges are white. Bolded, underlined, underscored, message in a bottle on the train, not on Southwest. 69% of federal judges are white. A race that makes up 58% of the US population. Hello, somebody. Meanwhile, 62% of the bench is male. Hello, somebody. Though just over or just under half the US population is male. And all judges of color, including black, Latino, and Asian American ones, and let's go on and put the swirls in between. Let's go and put the other folks up in there, amount to just 30% of the bench. Now remember, this isn't the first time that this dude has been terrible when it comes to judges. Remember this comment he made about Justice Ketanji Brown? I remember it like it was yesterday. Play the clip.
So is Ketanji Brown Jackson, a name that even Joe Biden has trouble pronouncing, one of the top legal minds in the entire country? We certainly hope so. Biden's right. Appointing her is one of his gravest constitutional duties. So it might be time for Joe Biden to let us know what Ketanji Brown Jackson's LSAT score was. What hell did she do in the LSATs? Why wouldn't he tell us that? That would settle the question conclusively as to whether she's a once-in-a-generation legal talent, the next learned hand.
Wise, I'm gonna bring you in right now. This mofo, and I mean that, to try to act as though black people and other people of color are less than, and somehow are put in these positions to fill some quota, that they haven't earned these positions, is sick. On the other side of that, to assume that all white folks, just because they're white, deserve to be in these positions. It is very obvious that this man is sounding a dog whistle. And first of all, he couldn't even pronounce her name properly. What an insult. This dude, again, gets paid millions of dollars to spew this kind of hate. I am Marissa and Sachi about to get out of this damn chair and run around the room. It's obvious. And he continues to make this assumption that black people are not qualified to serve as judges. Put up this headline team. New York City Bar Association finds Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson highly qualified for the Supreme Court of the United States of America. What Tucker Carlson is spewing is disgusting. And in order to flourish and grow and carry on, we absolutely need to prune and keep these people in check. We do. Wise, I'm really. Go ahead, take it over.
Tucker Carlson essentially, Nina, was saying that Ketanji Brown, she needs her freedom papers. She got to show her freedom papers. That's essentially what the boy was doing right there. And look, Tucker Carlson, it's funny because I actually have different critiques of Biden's sort of diversification of the federal government and appointments that have nothing to do with race. Tucker Carlson just straight up doesn't want to see black people do anything of consequence ever. Like that's just his general stance, and he's a racist, and we know that. My problem with Biden and some of the things that he did was, when he promoted Lloyd Austin, plucked the guy straight from the board of Raytheon and put this dude up and be like, oh, he's the first black to ever hold this job. And it's like, bruh, you pulled this dude from an institution that basically runs our federal government already, unchecked power, unchecked funding, unchecked everything, and tell me I'm supposed to be happy that he's the first black. Ketanji Brown, of course, she doesn't come from Goldman or whatever, but she did go to the Ivy League. But guess what? She has a history in public advocacy. That's a stark departure from all of her colleagues on the bench, the Supreme Court bench. Like at least with her, you could be like, not only is she black, her background is not that of most of the black people we see ascend to power from white shoe law firms, from Harvard, from whatever corporate entities tend to tell these people what to do anyway. So that's obviously a critique that I've had of Joe Biden from the start. This notion that he's putting on too many black people, give me a freaking break. I mean, that's just crazy.
It is. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. I don't know if the team could find that one slide we had up that lays out how many, the percentage who are white, the percentage who are women, percentage who are of color. We are a long way off. So sweetness, Tucker, dude, don't you worry your pretty little head off about it. The coloreds are not taking over the judiciary, because that's not mainly what you should just go on ahead and say. And to insinuate that black folks and other people of color and women are not qualified for these positions is asinine on its face, and it continues to stoke this them versus us mentality in the United States of America. Dude, get your life. Get your life, man. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I'm telling you, Wise, we can't even make this stuff up. This is real. Tucker, this dude, he first of all, he's a coward. Let's just go and put that out there. He's a coward. And that is why he preys on people's fears, because that's all he can do. He has no talent whatsoever. He's a grifter to the 10th degree. And that is why he stokes this white animus against black people, against women, against poor people, against other people of color, because he's a damn coward, a multi-million-dollar coward. How dare he?
And
so, we got to stay. We got to stay vigilant.
What you were saying, Nina. Just one more thing that I would say to Tucker's viewers and listeners. There's this alleged black and Latin, whatever colored people take over. When this thing was all white, I'd like to ask the people that are struggling in the heartland and Appalachia, in places like West Virginia, when our leaders were all white, what good did that do for those folks? It's not as if these white people get in power and they just empower all white people everywhere. It's nonsense. It's a good old boys network. They're not working to the betterment of the masses of white people. It's a load of crock. And that's what I would like to say to Tucker's audience is like, it's not as if these people in these elite institutions have the best interests of the white masses at heart. Just go to these places. Look at how the people in rural America have to live. Just go watch it. It's not as if these white elites have been helping them either.
It's a class struggle, Wise, and that's why I say Big Mama, Big Papa, and their family, their children are misunderstood in hoods all over this country, rural hoods, urban hoods, and suburban hoods. It is a class struggle, folks. And Tucker is a peddler of hate That's he a pusher of hate. He a dealer of hate. That's what he is, and he getting paid far too much money to damn do it. Wise, you and I could put that money to better use, and we far more talented and beautiful too.
Thank you. That's very, very kind of you. Although Tucker does have nice hair, I will say that he does have a nice,
you
a
give
nice
him more
full
credit.
set of hair.
I ain't giving him no credit. We are beautiful and we are brilliant.
Yes, you
Light
are.
years ahead of this fool.